In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Russian Times new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you. Teammate is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you. That's great. Lucas can push on now. Lucas wants me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right call for the team. Now we're all with you. Just bring it home as best you can. Nice work, that brings you up a place. To the car behind is 1.6 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. It just wasn't our day today.
So Russian Time have won it, and what a great race it was. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
Another race and another victory for Russian Time, as we see the drivers make their way out to the podium for the final ceremony. Superb racing out there today, and a well-deserved win. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Alessio Lorandi. Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
And now a look at the team standings. Dam's moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview.
Okay, we're all set over here.
Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great. So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas? Great. Well, that's everything.
Hey, look, I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact. Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Don't give up. You're still in this race. Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him. Devon is coming in for a stop. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. You're 4 places down on Devon. The gap behind us is 4.3 seconds. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Devon's currently in P5. Nice move. Good job. Devon is a couple of places up on you. Devon's currently in P5. This is your final lap of the race. Devon's in P4 at the moment. is 3 places ahead of you right now. Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Carlin have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. Absolutely congratulations are in order here. That was a spectacular race and a fantastic drive from our winner. I think, though, that after the race there's going to be a lot of eyes on Devon Butler regarding that collision. He's been very lucky today, in more than one way. Lucky to have broken away, lucky to have only received a penalty. It's a shame his rivals wasn't equally lucky today.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Devon Butler, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Look at where Nerei Fukuzumi finished compared to where he started. That's a really strong performance. So driver of the day has to go to him, I think.
On to the teams then. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Meanwhile, Arden's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon? I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances? Great. Well, that's everything.
Hey, Devon. Devon, stop.
Not now, I'm busy.
Hey, what are you doing out there? Seriously.
I'm gonna celebrate my excellent drive.
We saw what you did. It was reckless. You should have been black flagged.
Yeah, and I wasn't because it was my line. You were in my space. You shouldn't have been. Next time, stay out of my way.
No, someone could have been hurt.
And that didn't happen, so what's your problem?
My problem is that your actions out there are too dangerous.
Listen, contact happens, okay? Took my penalty, but I kept it focused, kept it smooth, and came out on top. That's racing. Every time I make a tough move, do you want to play race director? Then quit driving and take the job. Until then, I don't owe you anything.
Devon, you don't get it. It's not me you should be apologizing to.
Look, you grab your space on the track, and then it's all or nothing. That's just how it goes. And anyway, you still couldn't beat me, even with my penalty. So no hard feelings, okay? Not from my end anyway. Chin up.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here, to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here, because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. 2 drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings, meaning whichever of these 2 drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck. Devon's currently P2. fast start. You're 5 places behind Devon, 5 places separate you. Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now. Devon is ahead of you. Devon is a couple of places up on you. Devon is a couple of places up on you. Lucas is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 2:0.1. Butler is ahead of you. You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. is next. Be careful if you go for the overtake. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. Butler ahead. Devon ahead. This is your final lap of the race. Devon is a couple of places up on you. turn is a couple of places up on you. Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events, and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 world champion. Here they are then, coming into Parc Fermé. What an excellent win for the Dams team. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
Everything and more. He had it all. The rivalry, the tension, the excitement. These two drivers have been locked in fierce competition all season. And to see it comes down to head-to-head battle for the line like this, well, this kind of things doesn't happen very often. Deva's performance today has secured the championship, and he has every right to be proud of that. I'm just happy I was here to watch it.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Well, I'm going to have to give it to the Russian time driver. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in the wheel-to-wheel situation. They showed maturity and patience.
With that result, Russian time secure the team's championship title. They have been truly outstanding since the very first round of this thrilling championship. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Well, you went into this final race with the championship in your grasp. How are you feeling about being so close but missing out? Well, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to comment? Appreciate your time.
Devon, much as it hurts, we admit that was a great drive today. Congratulations. On the championship as well.
Well, I'm sure you thought you had me for a while, but I guess your luck just didn't hold out. Oh, I haven't got long. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
Privately.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later then.
So, I'm sure you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to be racing in the F1 Championship next year. Now, I don't know what your plans are, But let me give you some friendly advice. Don't try following me. For sure. You might get an offer from one of the smaller teams, probably someone desperate, and then you'll be stuck in P18 all season with car trouble. And you won't ever really be able to challenge me. But you stick it out here for another year, now that I'm gone, you've got a fighting chance of winning next year. And if you can manage that, I'm sure one of the larger teams would love to have you as a development driver. Oh, look out for yourself, yeah?
Man, he does not want to race you. Stay in F2? Ridiculous.
I was listening to the whole thing. Too bad for Devon, though. I'd be shocked if you don't have an F1 contract offer already. And if my deal pans out, man, his head is going to explode.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat. Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Renault are a championship-winning outfit, and they've been methodically working to get back to those winning ways. Raw talent isn't enough here. This is a team that values someone who can dedicate themselves completely to achieving their goals.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's talk about the captain.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They have a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue, so that their teammate, Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was an arsey clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
In the unforgiving world of Formula 1, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend. During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes, which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second. The sporting regulations dictate that after each free practice session, you'll have to hand back 2 sets of your dry tyre allocation for the weekend. So get the most out of them while you can.
That last lap moves you up to P2. Standing by. that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them. Car repairs have set us back a little.